Hello and welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, we are going to be learning vocabulary to talk about birth and babies. Okay, we're going to start with some basic vocabulary, work it into sentences, and practice this by doing different exercises, fill in the blank, and mix and match exercises, as well as we will throw in some discussion and conversation that has to do with babies and childbirth. Hello, Abimelech. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you very much. Nice to have you in the class.
Thank you.
Abimelech, do you have any children?
No, I'm not married yet.
Not married yet. Okay, still single.
Yes.
Do you hope to have children someday?
Yes, maybe 2 years later.
Okay. 2 years later. All right. Normally we'd say 2 years from now.
Okay.
Maybe in 2 years. Sometimes we would say it that way to talk about the future. Okay. How many children would you like to have? 8, 10, a dozen?
2.
Two's good? Yeah,
Yes.
2 works for me. I have 2 lovely daughters, as a matter of fact. Two's good. Okay, hang on. Let me welcome Daniela. Hello, Daniela. Daniela, hello. Are you there? Daniela, I can't hear you appear to not be muted, but I can't hear you yet. You might need to check settings, make sure you have the right audio device. Okay, just give me a shout when you figure that out so I know that I can interact with you. Hello, Nestor.
Hi teacher, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Nestor, do you have any children?
No, I'm not married yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. I'll ask you the same question. How many children would you like to have? Would you like to have children someday?
Yes, of course. I would like to have, if I can, 3 or 4.
Oh, really? Okay. Very
Yeah.
ambitious. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Thanks. Let me welcome Javier.
How you doing, teacher?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine too.
Terrific. Javier, how many children do you have?
Well, I have 3 children.
Okay.
3 mine, 3 are mine, and 4 from my second wife.
Oh my goodness. You've got your own tribe.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Of course, when we're talking about children, one child is singular and children is plural, so there's no need to say children's.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you're using a possessive noun. The children's toys are all over the house, which we know all about, you and I. Okay, thank you, Javier. Let me welcome Natalia. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Our topic today, we're going to be learning vocabulary about babies and birth. Natalia, do you have any children?
No,
Not yet.
I don't.
Okay.
No,
Do
not
you
yet.
think you'd like to have children someday?
Yeah,
Okay.
perhaps.
Perhaps. All right. No hurry. Okay. How many children would you like to have?
Maybe one of two.
One or two.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said one of two. Okay, one or two. Okay, all right. Keeping the population down. Okay. Great. Welcome to the class. Let me welcome Hector. Hello, Hector.
Hello, Oakley. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm a little sick.
A little sick. Oh, what's the matter? Flu? Flu season got you?
Yes.
Oh dear. That's too bad. Hector, do you have any children?
No, I don't have.
Okay, lots of single folks in here today.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you may not be single. That was an assumption. Sorry. All right. So, would you like to have children someday?
Yes, maybe.
Maybe. All right. Okay. Nothing definite. Okay. Let me say hello to Daniela. I see you've re-entered the class. Are you mic'd up? Daniela? Still can't hear you, I'm afraid. Keep trying. Be persistent. Okay. I'm going to get started now. We're going to look at some basic vocabulary to talk about birth and babies. Hello, Antonio. Welcome to the class. Antonio, hello. Okay, no sound. Can't hear you yet. If you can fix that, you and Daniela, anytime you guys manage, doesn't appear that you're muted, that doesn't seem to be the problem, but whenever you can manage to get it figured out, just give me a shout out and say hello. Oh, I can almost hear something. All right. Welcome to the class, David. Hello, David.
Hi, Oakley. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Okay. All right. Let's get started here. Hang on. I'm going to do a little screen share. Maybe if I can get this to work. What's the problem? There we go. Okay, we're going to look at some, again, some basic vocabulary. Talking about the kids. All right, we're going to do some simple fill in the blank. You're going to read the sentence, please, and fill in the blank with one of the 8 words here at the top. Abimelech, I'm going to start with you since you were first in the class. Go ahead, please, and read number 1.
I'm going to stop work when the baby is born.
Yes, most likely when the baby is born. Okay. Born is a strange word because you're only going to see it with is born. We normally only use it. Normally, it's not impossible. You can bear children to bear children. Born is the past participle, so usually you will see born, I was born, it will be born, is born in passive voice. Okay, so it's something, if the action happens to someone. So, okay, very good. Okay, Daniela still, okay, she's out again. Okay, Nestor.
Yeah.
Can you take sentence number 2?
Yes. A woman should smoke during pregnancy.
Pregnancy. Very good. The noun form to mean generally the state of being pregnant. Excellent. Okay. Very good. Nestor. Try number 3.
Who?
I'm sorry, Javier.
Okay.
My mistake. Thanks, Nestor. Javier, can you try number 3?
Yes, Yuli's staying in hospital for a few more days. It was quite a difficult birth.
Birth. Okay. Okay. Usually we talk about birth, the actual action, when the big thing happens. Javier, were you able to be present when your children were actually born?
Yes, just in when my first daughter born. Yes.
Yeah, pretty traumatic.
Yes,
Right?
it was. It was.
Yeah, it sure is. It's not pretty. It's really not pretty. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing you'll ever see, and one of the ugliest.
That's really.
At the same time, it's an amazing experience. Would you agree?
Yes, it's supposed that I give support to my wife, but I was spend the time taking pictures for my baby.
Okay, that's funny. Okay, great. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
Sure. Natalia, can you try number 4?
Number 4. Have you heard James? Maybe healthy again?
Well, that would fit the sentence, grammatically speaking. Sure. She's healthy again. Maybe she was sick and now she's not. But I'm thinking, since our topic is birth and babies, first of all, have you heard pronunciation here, Natalia? Heard.
Have you heard
Yeah.
James?
Maybe she's going to have another baby.
A newborn? Maybe?
No, that wouldn't make sense. Jane's newborn again would mean that she's a brand new baby again. So that won't quite work.
Maybe pregnant?
Maybe. I think this is probably the answer they're looking for here. Jane's pregnant again. Okay. Always an interesting piece of gossip for people to talk about. Have you heard? Jane's pregnant again. Oh my God. It's her 17th child. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Hector, how about number 5 here?
Looking after blank baby is more difficult than you think. Feed?
I don't think so. We're looking, first of all, we've got an article, a something baby. Here's baby's the noun. So we're looking for an adjective to describe baby. What kind of baby? What do you think?
Healthy?
Well, healthy is an adjective. That is the right idea, but okay. Looking after or taking care of, watching. Watching a healthy baby is probably, I wouldn't say it's more difficult than you think, although, yeah, maybe I would say that. Actually, I think the word we're looking for here is newborn, okay? Newborn can be an adjective.
I don't know that word.
Okay. Well, good. Then we can learn it. Newborn can be a noun or an adjective. Newborn means a brand new baby, you know, maybe a month old or less. Okay. A very new, well, new is in the word. So a very new baby is a newborn baby. And we can sometimes use it as a noun. She has a newborn. Okay, he is a newborn. Okay, very good. Well, you can learn that one. David, or actually, Antonio, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can hear you now. Okay, Antonio, why don't you go ahead and try number 6?
I exhausted. I had to get up 3 times every night to
Do something the baby.
um to feed the baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, newborn babies especially. Yeah, don't expect to get a lot of sleep. I'm exhausted. Exhausted means very, very tired. All right, you have to get up many times. Babies eat every, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours or something, so they eat a lot. Okay, that's it. Very good. David, how about number 7?
Okay, teacher Oakley. Number 7. I don't mind whether it is a boy or a girl as long as it's healthy.
Healthy. Yes, very
Right,
good.
healthy.
Of course, that's... many
Makes
people
sense.
say that. Many people don't care if they have
About
a
the
boy or
sex.
girl,
Yes.
as long as it's healthy. David, do you have any children?
No, Oakley.
All right. Oh, do you think you'll have children someday?
Maybe, but in a long time.
In a long time. No
Yes,
hurry.
I'm not expect in a few time, in a short time, in a long time.
All right. And do you have any preference? Do you care if it's a boy or a girl?
I would like to have the like the both sex a
Uh-huh.
boy and a girl.
Okay. The matching set.
The
Salt and
matching.
pepper.
Right.
Okay. Sure. That's always great. A boy and a girl. Okay. And back we go. Back we go to Abimelech for number 8.
Okay. Don't forget to bring some toys for the children to play with.
Yes, very good. Children play with toys, and parents step on them in the middle of the night when they're trying to go to the bathroom. Yes, indeed. Okay. Expecting a baby. In fact, we often say to talk about a woman who's pregnant, it would be very common in English to say she's expecting. It's a slightly more polite way. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. She's pregnant. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know why. But it's a slightly more polite way of expressing someone's pregnant. She's expecting now. Okay. We're going to do some more fill-in-the-blank exercises here. Simple one, only 4 words to choose from. Okay, and Nestor, you try number 1.
One of the girls in my school got pregnant when she was only 14.
Good job, and be mindful of the exercise. These are verbs, so you may have to change the verb tense. Good job, Nestor. All right, she got pregnant when she was only 14. Is this a problem, Nestor, in your country? Babies
Yes.
having babies, as they say.
Yes, in Mexico there is a problem. There are a lot of girls, and they are only 14 or 15 years, and they are expecting a baby.
Yeah, not good. This can be a very big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay, let's continue. Number 2, Javier. Can you try number 2?
We only expect to have 2 children, so Jane was a big surprise to both of us.
Okay. Okay, you could. Well, in a way, I guess you could say we only expected to have 2 children.
Okay.
So Jane was a bit of surprise, which is a little future in the past. In the past, we future expected to have 2 children. That's possible. Is there another word that you could use here?
Plan?
Yeah, I think so. We only planned to have 2 children. I think that fits a little better because that was the idea.
Okay.
Jane was a bit of surprise. Obviously, Jane is the 3rd child. Okay. All right. Sometimes, of course, it's not really. It's a little. Well, sometimes we say a child is an accident because they were not planned on, but they came anyway. A happy accident, you might say. So, well, that happens. It's called life. Okay. Natalia, can you try number 3?
You have here Lisa.
Good practice for you.
Her. Yeah. Lisa's expected another baby. Is due in November.
Okay. Lisa's, this S is an is. Lisa is. It's okay to pronounce it. Lisa's. But the verb tense is going to be present continuous. So Lisa is expecting another baby. Okay, so that would be a present continuous. Lisa is expecting another baby right now. All right. She's expecting. We usually, when we use this form to say someone's pregnant, we usually use the continuous tense. Okay, it's due. This is how we talk about the due date, the actual date on the calendar that the doctor tells us the baby's supposed to come, which almost never happens, by the way. But okay, it's due in November. Okay. Interesting thing in American culture, all right, we have something called a baby pool, which is a nifty little thing where a bunch of friends and family, whoever, a bunch of people will basically bet on the baby. Exactly, all right, it's due a certain time. You will bet the date. First of all, you bet the sex, male or female, and then the date the baby comes, and then the actual hour of the birth. So everybody puts in, I don't know, say $10. And then whoever wins splits the money with the new parents. So the new parents get a little extra cash, which, believe me, they're going to need. And somebody wins a little bit of money. And anyway, a nifty little tradition.
It's good.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and makes it fun for everybody, and a little cash for the new parents. So it's cool.
Have you ever won?
Have I ever won? No, I never win a baby pool.
Okay.
Never win. No, it's a neat tradition, but no, I never win. Okay, number 4, Hector, can you try this one out, please?
A friend of mine crashed her car when she was pregnant and lost the baby.
Exactly. Okay, past tense, lost. Very tragic, of course, very, very sad when somebody loses the baby. This is the verb that we commonly use to express that idea. Okay, now, we're gonna do a little sequencing. We've got 7 things here. All right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right. What's going to happen first? We're going to attempt to put these actions in sequence, time order, logical order. Yeah, you're okay. All right. Hopefully you have the idea. David, I'm going to start with you. What comes first, according to this?
Okay.
Yeah. Keep it clean, David. We all know what really comes first, but
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay. I think the first one is she got pregnant.
I think so. I think that would have to be first. Okay,
Yes.
good job, David. Thank you for being very responsible there. Appreciate it. Antonio. Antonio, what comes after she got pregnant? What would be next? What might be next?
She gave birth to a beautiful baby girl.
Well, there's a lot that has to happen before that happens. I'm afraid it's not that simple. No, I don't think so. That will come after, but what comes immediately after? There might be a couple choices here, to be honest. Antonio, you want to take a second guess?
Yes.
Before the baby actually comes out, what would happen next after she gets pregnant? And then
She got pregnant.
is first, and what is next?
She went in labor.
She went into labor. Yes, that is one answer that may be correct. I just have to say, G might also be correct. A scan that you check to see if the baby's okay. All right. This is called an ultrasound. All right. They use sound waves, which bounce around inside the mother, and okay, you can actually see the baby. You can see the baby's heart beating. You can see the baby moving around, maybe even if you're lucky. And sometimes they can tell if it's a boy or girl. Sometimes they cannot. This is usually you have this done after, I don't know, 3 months or something, first trimester. By the way, the sections of birth, it's called, they break it into, it's 9 months of pregnancy. Usually when you're talking to the doctors, they talk about first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Tri, of course, is the prefix for 3. Okay, so 3 trimesters, or 3 3-month periods. All right, so normally you're going to have this ultrasound somewhere during the pregnancy to check to see everything's okay with the baby. Which is usually, for many people, it's like the first picture of the baby. They'll give you a picture of it. So it very well could be G, and I think normally it would be G because you're going to have that done well before. So let's just imagine that she got pregnant, she had the scan or the ultrasound to make sure the baby's healthy, and then Antonio will put her in labor. Okay, she went into labor. Okay, now what is next? Abimelech.
Okay. She was in labor for 8 hours, maybe.
Yes, maybe. Okay, she's in labor for 8 hours. Yes. Very few women go in the hospital and have a baby an hour later. That just doesn't happen. Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. That wouldn't have that. Not quite yet. Okay. She goes into labor. Actually, maybe something else first. Abimelech.
Uh, okay. She was rushed to the maternity ward.
Very good. Yes, my mistake. She went into labor, then she was rushed to the maternity ward. Yeah. Okay. Usually, okay, labor pains start. Sometimes it's false labor. This happens very often, so don't panic. You have to wait and see if the labor pains keep coming, and if they keep coming in at regular intervals. If they do, then that's when they tell you to come into the maternity ward. Or if your water breaks, a woman's amniotic sac will break and water will come out. It's not really water, but fluid will come out. And then you know it's definitely time to be rushed to the maternity ward. Maternity is a word for mother. Maternity ward. A ward is a section of the hospital. The hospital has different sections. So the maternity ward is where they bring women to have a baby. There are other wards in the hospital. Okay. Maternity is the word we use for mother, by the way. Maternity leave is a common collocation. You get maternity leave from work. A woman may have, depending on the country and the company, she may have 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever, to take care of her newborn baby. A father may have, if you're lucky, may have paternity leave. Paternal is the word we use for father. Maternal, the adjective we use for mother. So, okay, all right, she was rushed to the maternity ward, and then Nestor.
She was in labor for 8 hours.
Yep, exactly. Okay. Very traumatic, I'm sure. And then, okay, Javier, what comes next?
Yes, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl.
There it is. All right. Yay, the sunshine moment, the wonderful moment. And finally, Natalia.
They called her Helen.
They called her Helen, right. They named the baby. Natalia, in your country, how soon after the baby's born do they name the baby? You know?
I don't know. Maybe it depends.
Immediately?
Yeah, it depends with the family.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, I think some people, their name had at I don't know.
You don't know. Well, yeah,
I
it's
don't know. Maybe it's beginnings to the birth.
okay. Well, it can be, you know, many times parents decide on the name before the baby's born. Maybe this if it's a girl, this if it's a boy. Maybe they decide on the spot when the baby's born, suddenly they're inspired and name the baby. It's surprising how often that happens, actually. And in some cultures, it's normal to name the baby after a couple of days. I'm not sure why that is, but so in some cultures, it's normal to not name the baby for at least a couple of days, which is strange. So they do the birth certificate. That's the official document of the baby's birth. It's called the birth certificate. That has to be done sometime soon after the baby comes, of course. Okay. That may seem like a weird question to some of you. Obviously, you name the baby right away, but in some cultures, they don't, actually. Okay, you've had the baby. We've got the baby. We've got baby Helen now. Hector. Okay, we're gonna look at some pictures now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is the dummy? Hector. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is
Maybe
the
4?
dummy? Maybe 4. Okay, dummy. This is a very, very British word. Okay, for me as an American, dummy means somebody who's kind of stupid.
Yes.
Yeah. This object number 4, I would call it a pacifier, more formally. It gets all kinds of names in real life if you use one of these things. Sometimes the baby itself will name this object. I've heard it called many, many things before. Gum gum, all kinds of things. Anyway, really it's a pacifier. To pacify or make more peaceful the baby. Okay, David, which one would you call a pram?
Okay, a pram maybe will be, I think the first one, Oxley.
This one?
Yes, where you put the baby.
Yeah, to go for a walk or something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I'm not even sure. I tried to figure this out before class. These are very British words. Does anybody know for sure? Is this a pram? Okay.
I think it's number 2, Oakley.
This one. I thought so too. I thought this one. Right. I think this one is a pram. Okay. I agree. Now this one. Okay. All right. Well, what would I call that? Okay. We just either way, 1 or 2. I think you can call it a baby carriage, especially number 1 for me. You might call number 2 a walker, but also a walker is the thing. It has wheels on the bottom, and the baby kind of stands in it, and it supports the baby, so the baby kind of runs and rolls at the same time before the baby can walk. So anyway. Okay. All right. So I think, yeah, this is the one that's supposed to be a pram, I believe. Okay. Antonio, which picture is a cot? Antonio? Antonio, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which picture is a cot? Well, is it 1 or 3? Antonio?
Yes.
Okay. Give
2.
me a guess. Sorry?
2.
2?
2.
1 or 3, and you give me 2. Okay. Well, I think we've already picked 2 and 4. So 1 or 3. A cot. Well, if it helps, in Americans would never call this a cot. A cot is something totally different. For us, we would use the word crib. Okay. The baby's crib. Does that help, Antonio? What do you think? 1 or 3 here?
3.
3, yes. Okay, very good. Now, as an American, for me, a cot is a little folding bed that I may bring out of the closet so that you can sleep in my house. Okay, a little, basically a mobile bed. You can fold it up or unfold it. You may bring a cot camping if you want. So this is not a cot for me as an American. This is a crib. Okay, CRIB. And finally, Abimelech, back to you. A buggy, baby buggy.
Only one is left.
Only one is left. So yeah, rubber baby. Can you say this? Abimelech will give you an additional challenge. Can you see the Verbling chat box?
Yes.
Rubber. Okay. And I know that this is actually true. Now that I think about it, this has to be true because of this. Okay, here's your challenge, Abimelech. Go ahead and say this one.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Very good. Excellent job. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Sorry, I can't do it. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's definitely a baby buggy, often called, or a baby carriage. I think most Americans would call it. Okay. More little child, little baby related words. We're going to do a whole bunch of fill in the blanks here. See if we can get these done before the class is over. Okay, you've got a lot of different words here. Nappy, crawling. We've got verbs. We've got nouns. We've got different phrases, co-located phrases. Let's give this a try. I'm going to start with Nestor. Number 1, please.
Okay. We've had quite a few. Sleeps. We've had quite a few sleepless nights since the baby was born. I'm absolutely exhausted most of the time.
Very good. Okay, good choice. Sleepless nights. All right, common co-location. Okay, getting no rest at all. Well, I think it's fairly obvious what that means. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Javier. How about number 2?
Well, the baby's crying again. I think her nappy needs changing.
Excellent. Okay. Nappy, again, much more British. They tend to use that much more. Americans, I think, would know that, but they don't use that. Americans say diapers.
Diapers.
Yeah. Or sometimes Americans use the actual, it's really a brand name, okay? Which it's a brand called Pampers. So we might say you need to change your Pampers. One time I remember hearing a quote from former President George Bush Jr., GW, when he said, "I really enjoyed being pampered when I was the president," which really made me laugh because, okay, it makes it sound like that he enjoys having his diapers changed as the president. Pampers is a brand name. It's actually a brand of disposable diapers, the kind of paper diapers with absorbent material. Yeah, it's definitely a brand name, and yeah, and they're expensive. Anyway, sometimes it's one of those words like I can go in a restaurant and say, "I'll have a Coke, please. Give me a cheeseburger and a Coke." maybe I don't necessarily want the brand Coca-Cola, but I can use it. I can use it generically to talk about soda. So we do the same thing with Pampers sometimes. Okay, next, Natalia.
Mm, I can't drink any alcohol at the moment. I'm nursery school.
Okay, sorry, Natalia, I'm not. Nursery school is where small children go when they're before kindergarten, so they're maybe 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
So if you better not be having any alcohol if you're going to nursery school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope not. Okay. No. What else might fit here? Any idea?
I don't know, maybe maternity leave, but I don't know.
Well, the idea is that the mother would say this because she doesn't want any alcohol to obviously to get to the child. All right. Okay. Can anybody sort of logic this out? I suppose you wouldn't know unless you knew. Can anybody have a guess? Anybody in the class?
Maybe breastfeeding?
Baby sister.
Yes. Okay. If the mother drinks alcohol, it's going to go through her. It's going to be absorbed into her blood. It's going to be absorbed into her system, and it's going to end up in her mother's milk. So, yes, she's breastfeeding. She's feeding naturally. She doesn't want any alcohol or contaminants to get into her milk. So, yeah, that's it. Very good. Okay. Number 4. Hector. Try number 4, please.
I wish we could go out a bit more in the evening, but getting can you
Yeah.
a baby sister?
Well, not sister.
Sitter.
Sitter. Yeah, right.
A babysitter.
Babysitter. Right. Okay. Getting a babysitter is very expensive. All right. A babysitter is somebody who temporarily watches your children. This can be a verb, to babysit. Hector, have you ever babysat? Notice how I'm using that in the past tense. Hector, have you ever babysat before?
I don't understand.
Have you ever watched a small child before while the parents were doing
My brothers.
Yeah, right? Okay, so you're an uncle? Okay, cool. All right, so you've watched your brother's children?
Yes.
Cool, very good. And how did you like it? Was it fun for you?
I don't know. Yes.
You don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah, usually it's a lot more fun for the uncles and aunts and grandparents than it is for the parents. Okay, so when you were watching the kids, you were babysitting the kids. All right, fine. Okay, had someone else join the class whose name I can't really see here. Matt, is it? It begins with an M. I don't know. Is it Max? Man, hello? Welcome to the class. New person whose name begins with M. Hello. Marcelo? Is it Marcelo? Hello?
Hi, teacher.
Hi. Is it Marcelo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi. Hi, Marcelo. How are you? Welcome to the
Fine.
class.
Thank you.
All right. Marcelo, I'll get to you in just a minute. Let me first go over to David. David, you got a double here. Try number 5.
Yes, okay. I've still got 2 months of my blank left, but I'm not sure what to do then. I have still got 2 months of my. Can you scroll up, please?
Yep.
My maternity leave
Very good.
in the first
Maternity
one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Very, very good.
Of my maternity leave left, but I'm not sure what to do then. I'd quite like to go back to work, but employing a blank to look after the baby will be expensive. If is the other one the child minder?
Probably. Okay. A child minder. I think this is less common. I mean, I've heard the word, but not very often.
Yes,
Right. You could say a nanny.
a nanny, right?
Right. If you got a lot of money and you're rich, you could say an au pair. I don't know why there's a difference in
It's the same, au pair or nanny?
I think basically, I don't know. To me, they're the same. Usually, I think of a nanny to talk more about watching a very small child or an infant, a baby. Oh, by the way, there's another word for a very young child is an infant. Okay. When I think of au pair, I think of probably slightly older children, but I don't know if that's really absolutely necessarily true.
Because in Mexico there are programs that take you to another country to care the children of one family, and they call au pair. You are going to work like au pair.
Right, but is it usually older children for the most part? Not necessarily little babies.
No, in this little babies, no.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yes. And David, okay, in your country, I'll tell you, in the United States, it is insanely expensive to hire a nanny, or even for preschool, you have to pay. Preschools are all private businesses. So you may bring your child, like a 1 or 2 year old, you may bring them to a daycare or daycare center, more or less like a preschool. But these things are all so expensive.
Yes, like kindergarten.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, kindergarten that's in the United States. That's where public school begins. So you can send of course, you pay taxes, but you can send your child to kindergarten for free. But any time before that, it costs an arm and a leg. Yeah, is that the case in your country? Is daycare or childcare? I can say, generally speaking, childcare very expensive. Yeah.
Well, in Colombia, that is where I live. I think we have the support of grandparents for taking care of the children, because well, in some cases they live very very close, or they live in the same house. So while the parents are working, they watch the children.
Okay.
They give the breakfast, the lunch, and they help with homeworks and some kind of things like that.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Nestor, Hey, Nestor, can you explain the word that you just popped into the Verbling chat box? A crashed.
I'm not sure I used the translator, but it say that we have that in Mexico. We call guarderia, but I don't know how to say that in English. Maybe nursery or
Nursery?
creche.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, nursery,
Okay.
and it's free. You don't have to pay for that. The government pay and feed your baby. Meanwhile,
Okay.
you're working.
Okay. Also known as a nursery school. Okay. Sounds like the same thing. We usually co-locate that with school. All right. A creche is, I believe, is the concept where the children are all together and the parents all take turns watching the children. Is that correct? Is that the idea? Do you know? I wish we had
You
some.
live.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure. I think that's
Okay.
that's right, creche.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. See if we can make it through our list here. Antonio, number 6. For you guys who want the document before the class ends in 3 minutes, you can download it from under the class description on the Verbling page. All right. Just go to the class description, and the document will be just below. I can try to put up the link before the class is over, but you can also help yourself. Because every time I try to put up the link, I end up closing the class. And so, not intentionally, but I mess it up every time. So I'm just warning you. If you really want it, you should probably get it now. Antonio, are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Can you read number 6, please?
Just 60 months. Now he is just starting and
He's just started something. He'll be walking in no time. So let me show you the words. He's just started what? He will be walking in no time.
started walk.
Well, that's which choice here?
Start crawling.
Very good. Yes. Okay, he's just started crawling. Of course, that's when a baby crawls with the hands and legs. All right. All right. One of the stages of development we commonly. Oh, she's crawling now. She's walking now. She's speaking now. Okay. All right, Marcelo. How about number 7? Can you read this one for us?
Jenny's nearly 3 now. She will soon be able to go to nursery school, and I will be able to go back to work.
Okay, well, yeah. Oh, nursery school is right here. Okay, very good. Yep, excellent. And last one, Abimelech, throwing it back to you one last time.
Okay. If you think having one baby to look after is difficult, imagine what it's like if you have, or even
triplets. If one baby is hard, can you imagine having
twins?
Twins, yes. Twins, 2 babies. Triplets, 3 babies. 8 babies, octuplets. Go for it. Have fun with that. Yeah, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you learned some useful, practical vocabulary today. Thanks again, and see you again real soon here on Verbling. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you, Oakley. Bye.
Thank you.